Hey, what's up guys? It's Josh here. I'm here with Coach Katie and we're gonna go over this week's density set workout. So for this workout, we're gonna have 5 stations, 2 exercises per station. You go back and forth on each exercise for a certain number of reps, and we'll have 1 minute and 45 seconds for each station. We're gonna go around the room 2 times. You ready, KK?
Ready.
Okay, so over here on the ropes, we're gonna start with our rope slams. Get those feet out to the flat floor and then use those hips to slam that rope down. Think about trying to really slam that rope down as hard as you can. It's not speed, it's power here. And then when you get your 10 rope slams in, you're gonna come over to the wall, you're gonna grab one of our balls, and we're gonna squat. We're gonna go to that wall ball thruster here. So squat down, throw that ball right at the target here. As you come back up, really you wanna throw it as hard as you can at that wall so it kind of bounces off and you can catch it. Or if you don't feel comfortable catching it, go ahead and let it hit the floor, pick it back up, give it a good throw, and then right back down to the floor. We'll go through those 5 of those, then you're back over those rope slams. From there, we're coming over to our suspension trainers, and we're gonna be doing a row to side press. So you're gonna grab one of the handles on the suspension trainer, make sure you take the slack out like Katie just did. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into that row, you're holding the handle with both hands, you're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades, pull those hands toward the chest, and then rotate and press out. So now we're getting some core work in here. Bring those hands back in, rotate, and then go back down. Come on up and press over the other side. You can do 5 to one side, or you can alternate and do 5 and 5. Either way, that's fine. Rotate through, reach with those arms, walk those abs nice and tight. Notice how Katie's not letting her body drop as she reaches out here. You're going 5 and 5 here, 10 total, and then we're gonna go into some squat jumps. So if you want, you can use the suspension trainers. You're gonna sit into it, deep breath in on the way down, push the air out as you explode up. You can reset after each one as well, because on each one, I want you jumping as high as you can. So it's not 5 reps, it's 1 rep, 5 times. And then if you want, you can also take your hands off the suspension trainers and just use your body weight, or you can just squat either body weight or use the suspension trainers to do a squat there as well. You're doing 5 squats, back to those rows 5 and 5. From there, we're coming out to the blue floor. We're gonna do our bear crawl with that bag, pull through. So keep those knees close to the floor, hips nice and stable here. As you crawl past, you're gonna pull that bag through. Make sure you're alternating arms each time you pull that bag through. When you get down to the other end of the blue floor, you're gonna stand up and we're gonna lunge back. So you can clean that bag up to the biceps, elbows stay up high, deep breath in, pushing that air out as you drive on up. So you're pressing up and forward here, bring those feet back together. If you want, you can do this without the bag. You can bear crawl without the bag. You can lunge without the bag. You can do a prisoner lunge here instead of that bag lunge as well. So you're bear crawling down and you're prisoner lunging back. From there, we're coming over to our kettlebells, where we are going to be doing our kettlebell clean and goblet squat. Jeez, I can't read the board. Okay, so from here, we're gonna sit down into that squat and then drive back up. Notice how Katie has her elbows in tight. Wrists are over her elbows. Deep breath in on the way down. Push that air out as you drive back up. Remember, you want to challenge yourself with this weight. You have plenty of time to get these done. 5 heavy goblet squats, and then we're going to go down to the floor and we're going to do some blast off push-ups here. So you're actually going to start with your legs straight. What you're going to do, first thing, you're going to go down to the floor, down into that push-up. As you press up, you're going to sit back into that beast squat. Then you're going to come back forward here. Press up, sit back into that B squat. So notice how she's pushing back and she's exploding here. She's blasting off and she's doing that push up and sitting back here. You're gonna do 5 of these. Of course, if you want to, just go with our traditional push-ups here. You can also go down from the toes, lower those knees and press up from the knees. Or you can go from those knees for all 5 reps. Just make sure you're doing the best rep on each rep. Okay, from there we're rotating over to our dumbbells. We're on to our last station here. We're gonna start with dumbbell power curl and presses. So we're gonna use our hips to get this started. We sit that butt back, clean those kettlebells up to your shoulders and then press overhead. Again, power curl here and then press them back up. Use those hips, drive through those heels, squeezing those glutes nice and tight and then pressing overhead here. You're gonna do 5 of those and then we're gonna go into some Romanian deadlifts here. So sit that butt back, just a slight bend in that knee as Katie bends out over her toes, and then she's gonna drive back up, squeezing her glutes tight, pulling those kneecaps up towards her, or excuse her kneecaps up towards her hips at the top. Now notice how, as Katie's going down, she starts with that soft bend, and then her hips stay nice and stable, her legs stay where they're at, and she's lowering through her hips, and then driving back up here. You're gonna feel a nice stretch through the hamstrings as you're going down, and then squeeze those glutes to pull back up. You're gonna do 5 of those, and then you're back to those power curl and presses 5 and 5 in the station. Okay, that's our density set workout for this week. Great job, KK.